How's it going, everybody? Ryan here from Anime Notes. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and if not, hopefully I can make it a little bit better. Now look, today I'm going to be talking about Hanebado, the anime about badminton. Now, this is going to be the first episode in my series where I tell you guys what I'm watching this season. I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on it and give my recommendation, see if you guys and advise you guys if you guys should spend your time watching it or even reading it or purchasing some of the content outside of the series as well. Now, this current anime is 13 episodes. It's still currently airing. It is part of the summer 2018 season, so it's not completed yet. It should be completed soon. With that being said, in terms of this series and what it's about, let me get into the description of it, of course, without spoiling anything. Like I mentioned, it is about badminton. It's talking about it's talking about the main character, Ayano, who is one of the first main characters that we see. And basically, she is a prodigy. She is a person with a lot of talent, with a lot of skill in badminton, but she doesn't love the game. And that is because, you guys might not believe it, but her mom left her. Her mom left her because she lost in badminton. So I know it seems a little bit far-fetched, it seems a little bit weird, but we're talking about anime here, guys. Anything could friggin' happen. Let's be real here. So she has a lot of talent, she has a lot of skill, but she doesn't have the passion. People notice that talent, people notice that skill, and they get her to play on the badminton team. Now, early on, very early on, we see the transition of her focus on being secluded and not liking badminton to her finding a new purpose in the sport. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say what it is. But there's that. There's also the secondary main character, who I personally like more, Nagisa, who is more focused on the hard work aspect of it. Think of a Rock Lee. Nagisa, definitely tomboy character. She kind of looks like a tomboy other than the obvious curves, but she is more focused on, she doesn't have that natural skill. She was blessed with height, which is obviously an asset in badminton because it allows you to have longer reach. Just with longer limbs means longer reach. Obviously, if you're quick on your feet, it means you can get to places, you can get to birdies that you might not usually get to. But she's been blessed with that. But in terms of skill, she's worked for everything that she's had. She's an extremely hard worker. We see her very early on in this series and continuing throughout this series, just working harder than everybody else, putting in more work, putting in more time, putting in more effort. So I personally like Nagisa more. Ayano seems like a little bit of a downer. Personally, she is a main character. If I was to pick one of the two, I like Nagisa more. Ayano, I don't really like too much. In terms of the core main supporting cast, though they're pretty interesting as well. Their coach is pretty cool. One of the other supporting characters, the girl with glasses, I believe her name is Riko. She's pretty interesting as well. Overall, I like the team. I like the badminton team as a whole. Are they the best team in comparison to some of the other sports mangas, some of the other sports anime? I would say no, but they're still enjoyable, and I feel like that's what this series is. This series is a casual watch. This is not something that you can really get super into. You're going to want to binge watch, nothing like that. You watch an episode here and there, slowly catch up, finish the series, enjoy it for what it is, maybe hop on a Reddit, maybe hop on the discussion board and give your thoughts, and that's it, on to the next. It's not a must watch by any means. And other than that, I mean, the series is pretty decent. Now, this is coming from a guy that I played badminton a couple times in high school. I sucked at it. For me personally, I play basketball. I've played it since I was in middle school, currently play it right now as well. I'm a huge fan of the NBA. I know almost everything about the NBA. I'm a huge fanatic of that. So obviously I know about the slam dunks, the greatness that is slam dunk. I know about the Kuroko no baskets of the world. In my opinion, I don't really like Kuroko no basket as much as some of the other sports series, and I'll give you my reason why, but there's that. But the reason why I mentioned that to you guys is because I also watch other shows like All Out, which is about rugby. I've never played rugby in my life. I've read, and I'm currently reading Robot X Laser Beam, which is about golf, and I know absolutely nothing about golf other than Tiger Woods and his scandal. So that shows my knowledge. That's the amount of knowledge I knew about golf up until I started reading Robot X Laser Beam. I didn't even know that they had different golf clubs depending on the situation that they were in. Yeah, so I always knew that they carried around that thing on their shoulder. I don't know what is it, the bag? I don't know. That shows my extent of knowledge. There you go. I'm not gonna make myself a fool, but I do think they carry that stuff around, but I didn't know what was for what and why they're different sizes. They explain that stuff in Robot X Laser Beam. And of course Haikyuu, you can't forget that. You know, in my opinion, that's probably the best sports anime and manga. I mean, in terms of Shonen Jump, that's definitely doing significant numbers, and that's about volleyball. And the reason why I think that that's so good, the reason why I don't put Kuroko no Basket on the same level as that, is because Kuroko no Basket has powers, superpowers, things that don't exist, similar to Eyeshield 21. And don't get me wrong, Eyeshield 21 and Kuroko no Basket are great series. With that being said, however, Haikyuu is amazing. I also think Hanebado is pretty good, not amazing, but I think it's pretty good because it focuses on what people who play sports love. And if you play sports, you will agree with me. It focuses on the team, it focuses on the development, it focuses on the struggles of an athlete, the wanting to win so bad. The feeling of if you lose and you let the team down, how soul crushing it is and how world ending it is, how it feels like the world is just collapsing, and to other people just like it's just a game. But no, sports is more than that. And I feel like series like Haikyuu truly gives you emotion. You feel like you are on the team with the characters. I feel like Hanebado has that potential. Is it as good? No, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna put it on the same level as that, but it has that same potential because it doesn't have the superpowers. It's relatable. So that it does have that going for it. What do I rate it out of 10? I would rate it a solid 6.5 or 7 out of 10, which is not a bad rating by any means. I give it above average. It's definitely a decent series. Is it a must watch? No. Do I recommend it? Yes. If you have some time, check it out. It has an English dub as well if you guys prefer that. You can check that out on Funimation. Obviously, it has the Japanese version with English subs, which you could also, I believe, find on Crunchyroll or any of the other plugs. Other than that, guys, that's my thoughts on Hanebado. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are checking out this series, and if you guys are enjoying it. Do you guys like it? What's your opinion on it? Let me know. And I'll catch you guys in another video when I talk about what else I'm watching. Have a good one, guys.